green blue cover. Why isn't it green cover? Well, thank you so much, board. I really needed that. GREEKGODATHON is coming back in the summer of 2023. I'm not being set in stone with my picks. Show you the stack from last month, but I'm not going to tell you which ones I've read. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise of Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new round of Game of the Books. I'm turning very blue, give me a minute. There we go, I think that might be a little bit better. Today I am back with another round of Game of the Books, and this time we're doing my TBR for March. I am quite early with filming this, I have to say, but I think as we speak I'm actually not at home. I am on my way to go skiing. So I've never skied in my life. I'm going with my partner and his family, and so yeah, we'll see how that goes. He's a well-seasoned skier. I am definitely not that, so I'm bringing my e-reader and I have my phone for an audiobook. So if I really can't ski, it's gonna be a reading vacation, but you will all see that in a reading vlog. But that's why I'm filming ahead. So yeah, by the time you're seeing this my nails will also have changed, but that's okay. That said, I've also decided I'm going to show you the stack from last month, but I'm not going to tell you which ones I've read. The reason why is because the month's not over yet, so I can't give you sort of a conclusive answer to that. So I will show you the 6 books I've had on my TBR, and then I will of course make a wrap up once I'm actually done with the month and I can tell you which books I've read. So let's just start with the stack. So this is the stack I've had for February. So I had Illuminae, Bear the Nightingale, The Merciful Crow, The Inheritance Games, Raybearer, and Walk on Earth a Stranger. Really strange mix. And then the one on the bottom, this is getting very heavy. The one on the bottom is actually the book that Femke challenged me to read in the month of February. I can't tell you if I've read all of them. I can say that it's going well so far. But yeah, you will see that in my wrap up. I really feel like I have to do something with the settings of my camera because I'm turning yellow to very white. But if you can help me, please do. I have a Canon G7X Mark II. That's a mouthful. But without further ado, let's just dive into what you came here for, which is the board. Look at me turning orange now. In 1, 2. Anyway, here's the board. There we go, I'm orange now. This is the board. It has not changed from last month, so let's just immediately go into the board and into the first roll. We're gonna do 5 rolls as usual, so let's start with roll number 1. Hello and welcome to a new round of Game of the Books. So today we're doing March round as usual, 5 rolls unless I surpass the 63. Green and orange are for my physical TBR. Blue I can pick whatever. Then yellow is your favorites and purple is a wild card. So let's hope the board is nice to me. We'll see about that. So let's just start with the next roll. 3. Wait, let me show you so you can actually see that I'm not lying. 3. So that means I can do whatever I want. I need to read the first book in a series. Okay, I think I can do that. I have quite a few that I still have to start, so okay, that's roll number 1. So we have a blue, and that one is first in a series. This was difficult because I have quite a couple of sequels that I want to finish this year, and in general want to finish, but not a lot of series that I want to start. And especially the series that I have, for example, Crown of Feathers, Nevernight, those are series that I kind of want to read a book a month, and I'm not sure if I want to read them right now, so I don't really want to get into them. So I've chosen a middle grade for this, but it is for my physical TBR. I am gonna really try to read my physical TBR this year, so hopefully I can tick down 6 books for that, because there's also a challenge book in there. And the one I actually chose is Bright Storm by Vashti Hardy. This is about twins who set out after their father is murdered or killed, I think. Yeah, he passed away in a failed attempt to reach South Polaris. But a mysterious clue leads the twins to question the story they've been told. To find the truth, they must undertake the journey of a lifetime. I feel like there might be a Zeppelin in here, considering it's on the front cover. I feel like this is a light and easy book, and it doesn't really matter if you leave this series for a later date, because there's so many series that I want to continue and finish. So that's why I decided to read this one for my very first of a series prompt. That was a weird sentence. I also really like the fact that the twins are actually right here on the bottom of the cover. That's very beautiful. So that is book number 1. Roll number 2. Rolling out of frame. That is 18. Green, physical TBR. Oh, a book with a beautiful cover. Can we focus? There we go. I think that would be an easy one. Thank you, board. Moving on, we have a green, and this one is beautiful cover. This one is a lot easier, and I do have to say that I might switch them out in the month. Like I said last month, I really am not being set in stone with my picks. The reason why is that I'm a mood reader, and if I completely change moods within this month, I'm okay with picking another book that fits that prompt and that category. So for example, if I had a yellow and I had to read one of your favorites and I didn't want to read that specific book that I've set at the beginning of the month, I can change it as long as it's someone's favorite. And it matches the prompt, of course. But for beautiful book, I've actually decided to continue on with, I think, a duology, and continue on with Heart of the Sun Warrior by Su Lin Tan. I actually read the first book, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, in January, and I did enjoy it, so I am curious to see what the second one will do. I think this is one of the most stunning covers I have. There's actually another one on this list later on that I've picked that could have been perfect for this too, but I've chosen this one. I think this one is also, if I remember correctly, signed. It is. It's just absolutely signed. It literally says so on the front, Esmay. And I think this is a purple book. This is truly, it's a little bit more pink, but if it were a little bluer in purple tone, that would be a perfect Femke color. Femke's favorite color is purple, if you wanted to know that, so you know it now. But yeah, this continues after Daughter of the Moon Goddess. In Daughter of the Moon Goddess, we follow a girl who is literally the daughter of the moon, and she sets out because her mother has been cursed, and she tries to find her way back to her mother and freeing her mother. I really enjoyed the story. Whereas it's a bit all over the place at times, I'm really excited to see what this will bring. I think this is the final book. Doesn't really say, but in my head I thought it was duology. In any case, I think this book has just come out. Yeah, 2022. I think it came out in January oh no, at the end of 2022 then. In any case, I had pre-ordered this because I really wanted to have both of them and have them matching. So that for me is my beautiful cover book. Moving on to roll number 3. That is 8. Focus, please. Number 8. Green, another physical TBR. A green cover. I think I actually said blue-green cover last time, so now we have green cover. Okay, that's an interesting one. So moving on, we have another green, and this one is green cover. I think last month I literally said something along the lines of green, blue cover? Why isn't it green cover? Well, it's a green cover now, so I think I'm gonna choose the same series for that. So if you remember last month's pick for that, the blue cover was Merciful Crow. I'm gonna go for Faithless Hawk. If you look at the back, very green, and then if I open up the book, very, very green. It looks more blue on camera, but it's definitely like a bluish green. I didn't pick this for a blue book last month, so I decided to do it for a green book now, and considering I have finished the first book, I can say that much, I'm gonna choose this one for next month and continue on. I think this is a duology. I think. I mean, it just says sequel, but I thought it was a duology. When did this come out? I know that she has a new book out. Published in 2020, so I'm pretty sure that this is a duology, otherwise she would have continued this before writing Little Thieves. So I think this is a duology. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, but I think it's a duology. So that is my next book. Rule number 4. That's a natural one. There you go. So that makes that orange. Another physical TBR book. Mythology. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's do that. Then moving on, we have mythology. This is an orange, and that means that I can read basically whatever I want from my own physical TBR. And I had some difficulty because I generally don't really know which books I own that have mythology in them. I could have picked Heart of the Sun Warrior as well, but I decided to choose something that is very specific. And I decided to choose something that I've had for years but haven't picked up yet, and that is World Mythology. Isn't that beautiful? I think this is a book that has different types of mythology, so I think it's not just one type. So we have Australian and Maori, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Sumerian, Egyptian mythology, I love Egyptian mythology, Chinese, American Indian, South and Central American, Greek, Roman, Norse. So there's all different types of mythology in here. I have no idea what I will think of this. I once got this in a fairy loot box years and years ago, and I thought this would be the perfect moment to read it. Speaking of mythology, by the way, just so you guys know, there's not going to be a GREEKGODATHON round in March. I've had some questions. GREEKGODATHON is coming back in the summer of 2023. So this summer we will have GREEKGODATHON, so don't you fret. I do have to say that in May there will be DESERTATHON, but that will all be explained later on. I think it's going to be month long or 2 weeks long. I'm not completely sure yet. I'm trying to decide what will work for all of us. So we'll see. But for my mythology prompt, I'm going to go for World Mythology in bite-sized chunks by Mark Daniels. I forgot to mention that. And lastly, roll number 5. Number 5 is 5. There we go. And we're starting or ending with a wild card. Whoops, thank you so much, board. I really, really needed that. So those are my 5 rolls. So my final roll for the month of March is none other than a wild card. Thank you, board. I really appreciate you. I really needed that this month because I feel like I'm all over the place with my reading, and I had one book that's not that big that's been on my radar for quite a while, and I recently acquired it because I had pre-ordered it via Fairy Loot, I think, and that is none other than The River of Silver by S.A. Chakraborty. This is, compared to The City of Brass, a tiny book. This is situated in the Daevabad world, and this is actually a book that has tales from that world. For example, here I see Muntadir, and I think there's probably one on Dara as well. Let's see, Hatset. There's so many interesting Duria. There's a lot of different tales from within this world. There is an audiobook for this, so I think I might listen to the audio and read alongside with it. I'm just really excited for this, so I've chosen this one for my wild card. That said, there's only one book left to share with you, which is not something that I rolled for, but Femke and I are doing this thing where we challenge each other a book every single month, and I, quite early on now, have asked her, hey, what do you want me to read in March? So the book that Femke has decided I should read in March is Gemini. She wants me to continue the Illuminae files, and so I'm going to attempt to do that. I really like the mixed media in this. In general, I think mixed media is such an Ooh. Can you see that? That is stunning. In any case, I've heard good things about this. I'm still not the biggest sci-fi reader in the land, but I think I will enjoy this. I have started Illuminae, so I think I will enjoy this too. And that is Femke's pick for the month of March. I will now get my stack together and show you my TBR for March. So I have Gemini, The Heart of the Sun Warrior, The Fateless Hawk, The River of Silver, World Mythology in bite-sized chunks, and Bright Storm. These are the 6 that I have on my TBR for March. I think this is an interesting TBR. Maybe I can knock some off when I'm on holiday. I'm not sure. I will have 1 week less of listening to audiobooks, I think, because if I were driving alone, I might be listening to books all the way there, but I'm driving with my partner, so I'm not going to do that to him. Because these are all sequels too. Besides this one, but this one doesn't have an audiobook. So, anyway, this is my stack for the month of March. I'm going to put it down because it's heavy. So those were all of the books that I am, for now at least, putting on my TBR. It might change, we'll see. I hope you have enjoyed being back. I am really getting back into the swing of things, which I'm really excited about. I'm putting out videos, I'm filming, and I'm trying to fit in where I can film. So I really hope that you have enjoyed me just rambling on to a camera. That said, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time that we post. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!